So what is FTA? It is not necessary that somebody should know about FTA or PTA only when he is exporting or importing. What are the benefits that could come out of an FTA? What is important is the value addition. I don't need to talk about the economic scenario. I won't say it's bad, but there is a slowdown. It's picking up. Government is taking steps. So, as a CFO, what we should be doing, all of us are aware. Definitely, we need to improve bottom line. So, cost optimization, tax optimization, and whatever we could do to add to the bottom line. So, that is what we are trying to do. So, one is cost optimization, another is tax optimization, and others look at fiscal benefits of central and state. If required, go and lobby with the center and state and get some benefits, and then technology and capital infusion and JV and so on and so forth. So my topic is going to be on FTA, which is going to add value to the bottom line of any business. So what is FTA? It's an agreement between two countries, basically to remove trade barriers, bring in some concession or exemption from rate of duties when they are exporting and importing. The nutshell of FTA is this. Now, if you see, I want to give you an overview of trade agreements. First, you start with the preferential trade, which we popularly call as PTA, where the intention is to reduce duties in a phased manner. That's what we saw for the past so many decades. Once upon a time it was 100%, 80% customs duty. We are now talking about 10%, 1.8%. Then the free trade agreements, where the intention is to eliminate duty, and also suppose if there is a prohibition to import certain goods or export certain goods, can we remove those prohibitions to have free trade? Then the third one is about COA, which is much more comprehensive in nature, which will also take care of not only tariff elimination, but also including investments and trade facilitation. That is what we saw, automatic route, can we bring investments more, and then which sector, and all that stuff will arise or will come out of this particular agreement. Then the final one is the comprehensive economic partnership agreement, which is much more than the above three, which brings in protection of each other's interest as well as bringing in free trade between these two countries or any countries for that matter in a membership. Now, list of important FTAs and PTAs India has. And I've given the list, I don't want to read the list here, but certain important countries have aligned with India to have free trade, and there are a lot of benefits these free trade agreements offer to the importers and exporters of this country. It is not necessary that somebody should know about FTA or PTA only when he is exporting or importing. If you have to know the competition, if you have to know what your MNC globally or inside will do, you need to know what is in the offing, and accordingly you can plan your strategy to fight with them. So, one is any importer and exporter should know about FTA and PTA or comprehensive cooperation agreement, but not necessarily the only import and export. So, this is list of comprehensive economic cooperation agreements and the partnership agreements: ASEAN, Japan, India, Korea, India, Malaysia, and India, Singapore. So, what are the benefits that could come out of an FTA? One is concessional rate of duty. Another is complete exemption from duty on certain specific products. Third is removal of prohibition. If there is a prohibition and if FTA is signed with a particular country which removes that prohibition, then Indian association, the manufacturers or service providers or traders, they have an opportunity to export or import a prohibited item which was without the prohibited but now prohibition is removed. Then of course concession rate of duty, in case there are cases where they offer concession rate of duty for importing from that particular country. even the exports as well. So let's understand the basic concepts. Only obtained products, for example, plant, livestock, which are wholly obtained from any country, their complete exemption or concession is given based on the FTA. The second one is not wholly from the country of origin is different. In the sense, the product is coming from Singapore, but it is assembled out of various products came from various other countries. In that case, what is important is the value addition. Okay, regional value content, which is called as regional value content. It should be 40%. It varies from FTA to FTA. Generally, it's 40% is the minimum value addition that is required. If it has to come from a country where exemption is available, where a concession duty is available. For example, if you want to import from Singapore a particular product where complete exemption or partial exemption is available, then the product need not originally come from Singapore. It can come from Singapore, assembled out of various components procured by the Singapore entity, as long as the value addition is 40% or more, and there should be a change in the tariff, customs tariff, from the raw material and the raw material procured and the raw material that is not to be imported or exported to the country. So this is about the regional value content. Then rule of culmination, rule of accumulation. For example, if let's say you have a treaty with Asian countries, then this 40% can come from all the members of this Asian countries. For example, Malaysia, Singapore, Thailand. Materials procured from these three countries coming into Singapore could be more than 40%. That is good enough. Then you can import from Singapore without payment of duty and concession rate. And there is a concept called D minus, which I will explain it in a separate slide. So today we have got, I've just taken Singapore as an example, but there are many other countries where we have signed treaties or free trade agreements. Singapore has got one agreement, which is Indo-Singapore Comprehensive Economic Cooperation Agreement, which covers everything, right from import, export, investment, facilitation, everything. There, certain products and services are completely exempt when it is imported from Singapore, and the value addition required is 40%. In case, if the product is not originally coming from Singapore, then the entire product is not originally coming. Then there is another agreement called Asian India Free Trade Area, where there are many other countries, including Singapore, which is party to it. There also you have got identical benefits. Here, the value addition required is only 35%, and the tariff change requirement is only at 6-digit level, not at 4-digit level. So it has got more benefits. Only thing is, certain products may overlap, but certain products are specifically meant for Indo-Singapore direct cooperation. So what are the applicable business models? Somebody can manufacture in Singapore and then directly supply to an import in India. Then based on the FTA, he gets concession or he gets complete exemption. Then somebody could be in Vietnam, okay, he is not in Singapore, but he will send it to Singapore and then he will get it in India. That is also fine, because Vietnam is in the Asian Treaty. It's a member of the Asian Treaty, FTA. Only thing is, the value addition would be required only in a case where the member is not a part of the treaty. For example, US is not part of this treaty. Singapore entity wanted to procure some item from US and then assemble here and then send it to India or sell it to India. Then only the 40% requirement value addition and the tariff change, centralized customs tariff change. Then third party invoicing, manufacturers in Malaysia, you can trade with the Singapore party, but Malaysian manufacturer can directly send it to you and Malaysian manufacturer can invoice to Singapore party, and Singapore party, you will have to pay to Singapore party. All these models are possible. There is no difficulty there. So this is where the most complicated RCEP. There are 29 discussions, and recently India said no, we don't want to be party to this particular agreement. Basically because of Chinese threat and US pressure. Chinese presence is a big threat. It can impact, already we are flooded with Chinese imports. So if you sign this agreement, then it can impact our Indian manufacturers and traders, and therefore that's one of the reasons. The Chinese is pushing independently, without getting it, because we are not signing. The Chinese government is pushing other countries into get into an agreement with them directly on an FTA basis. Emerging trade and economic architecture globally is pushing all this country to form a bloc. These countries will form a separate bloc, these countries will form a separate bloc, etc. So, in a case like this, since we have not signed, are we benefited now or are we not benefited? Only time will say. But I could very clearly say that FTAs are here to stay, and we are now in a global economy. We cannot be isolated. So we will have to keep working on getting into favorable agreements in future. So this is what. So what happened is many companies, they are aware of FTA. They are aware of whatever benefits that FTA can get for them. Still they are missed. Not because they see customs exemption notification which says if you import from Singapore, then they say I am not imported from Singapore, I have imported from next country, therefore I am not entitled to this benefit, so they don't claim. But ultimately, they can still import from X country as long as they form part of the Asian countries, wherever India's got treaty, or alternatively they can ask that X country to send it to Singapore or any other country where we have got the agreement, and then do a 40% value addition and then send it back to us. And we can still get it at exempted rate or concessional rate. So this is what they have missed. So we have done this study for large corporation recently, and they ended up losing 4.67 crore because they didn't plan this activity properly.